Hey everybody, welcome back to Podcast and Such, where we are watching Mob Psycho 100 Season 3. I'm Jay.
And I'm Luke.
And today we are discussing Season 3, Episodes 2 and 3. Yokai Hunter Makusa Haruraki appears, the threat of 100 demons, and getting carried away 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched the right episodes this time.
Yay, they were both called the titles that they were called.
They were called the titles they were called. There were yokai in the first one, and there was getting carried away in the second one. So
Oh man, I love when that happens.
yeah, man. It all lined up perfectly.
Awesome.
No one went to a hot spring,
Oh, so no, oh yeah, I meant to let me send you some buff Teru here.
Buff Teru. I love buff Teru.
Yeah, that's canonical.
Teru's so buff.
Yeah, I had to go looking for that to put it in the video.
He's such a buff boy.
He is. Here it is.
Okay.
It's got about him and one of the Awakening lab kids.
Okay. Let's see. What do we got here? Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
That is a beefy pack right there. Look how beefy that boy is.
Yeah, man.
Huh.
Teru's got gains.
Teru does have gains. That's incredible.
Yep.
I was excited to see Teru in these episodes. He was in the third one, right?
He was in the third one, and he also made a little cameo in that second episode there.
Okay.
At the cultural festival. I can send you a screenshot of that.
Oh yeah. The cultural festival was so fun.
Yeah. So we open up the episode with mobs getting assigned to the cultural festival. You know, they're for whatever reason they're like, oh, we don't know what else to assign. But we're gonna give costumes to the 4 people who don't care.
Yeah, that does seem strange.
Yeah.
Costumes are tough, you know?
Yeah, that just doesn't seem like the best decision when you're...
Well, it's funny because
when you want that to go well.
In the end, they didn't even end up making a costume. They made some sort of paper mache decoration of sorts.
Yeah, well, and I'm about to send you a manga screen cap, and
Okay.
I know I'm gonna preemptively make the joke you're probably gonna make. Well, it only looks bad because it's from the manga.
Right.
But I like how rudimentary it looks in the manga.
Huh.
So I'm gonna send that to you real quick.
So you're sort of arguing from the perspective that it's kind of weird that in the Bones adaptation here, they look like they've constructed this very difficult and admirable thing.
Yes, I think that it looks too good.
Yeah, here. Exactly. Okay, I can probably get on board with it. We can pretend that one drew it badly on purpose because of how, bad they would be at making it.
Well, I'm gonna show you 2 things here to contrast it, because what the Yokai King looks like, as well as what Mob's costume ended up looking like.
I was very disappointed that the yokai didn't look like the little yokai watch guys.
Yeah, well, that show wasn't out yet.
I mean, it's out now.
Well, you just want them to steal the select property of whoever made Yokai Watch?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's probably all within the Funimation network or whatever.
Well, that's not all owned by the same people.
I'm sure
It's
it
not
is.
all owned by the same people.
Oh yeah. That looks much worse.
Yeah, you see, yeah, and you can very much tell there's a guy in there. And as it says, a same thing. It wasn't received well, but nobody complained about it. But also, it's too dark to see.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was. I did like. Or sorry. I did notice that it was kind of weird that in the narration for the show, they also, they mentioned it wasn't received well, but then you get in there with Reigen to look at it, and it looks really cool.
Yeah, I think it looked too cool. I like this
Exactly.
guy with sticks on his head way better. I'm like, yeah, that's what
Sure.
Bob would put
Sure.
together. Yeah, so
Wow. So the Yokai King does look awesome in the
yes,
manga here.
yes.
Why do you think one draws so poorly usually?
I don't know how he developed his style, and I don't think I would call it poor though. I like it. It gets what it needs to do done.
Right, but that's about it.
You don't understand art, brother.
it's this it's the styrofoam cup of the world of beverage holders, you know?
It's more than that. Come on, way more than that. Way more. Way more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah. So yeah, a lot of yokai fighting, and
hmm
yeah,
I
that Haraki guy.
I loved that uh the running gag, I guess, of Mob being, like thinking about the cultural festival the entire time.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. I love that. Yeah,
they're in this creepy place, and like Reagan's touching like the wall, and it's
the
all goopy,
walls.
and he's like, "Oh, maybe we should put some goop on the walls of the haunted house."
Yeah. He just walks. He's like, man, there's so many good ideas for my haunted house here.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like, well, it's also like, Mom, you run into ghosts all the time, Liz.
yeah. I know, right? This isn't a new experience that you're having.
But then again, I guess well, there's another omake. I'll have to find it later because I don't think I have that one saved of Mob watching a horror movie by himself,
Mhm.
and he's not scared of anything except for the jump scares.
Yeah.
It's about like demons and ghosts and stuff, but he's like, unfazed by it because that's his regular life.
Yeah.
So I guess this is the first time he's thought about it of like taking the things he's experienced and putting it on display for somebody else, I guess.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty it's a good storyline. The other thing I really liked was
Mm.
uh oh man, Suzahara is Shigahara
Who who
Hara?
who who are we talking about? What?
I'm talking about third guy.
Oh,
Third
Serizawa?
Shirizawa. There we go. Okay.
Okay, I was having to run through my mind. Who is Luke talking about?
Shirizawa. Okay. I really loved that he used his business cards
Yes, and that
as
is
a
why it's
weapon.
important that we saw the OVA, because he doesn't do that in the manga.
Oh, okay. So this is something
Yeah.
that Bones is working in.
Yeah, Bones, I guess, just really like the idea of him still channeling his psychic powers into an object, like he did with his umbrella. So
Yeah.
they, yeah, so the business cards. Yeah.
So in the manga, does he just have a spirit sword, or like?
No, he just kind of puts his hands out like Bob does or whatever.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
guess like with one of the maybe benefits of having a manga that is so rudimentary is that you can really take the fights and whatnot in any direction you want to.
Right. I guess. Yeah, no, I
Correct.
think it's a really interesting flair that they decided to do that, and I like it
Yeah.
very much. Yes, it is
Right.
very cool for him. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I'm a big
Yeah,
fan.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm
But
glad.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm so glad I saw the OVA before that, because otherwise I
Yeah,
would have
you've been
just
like, where did those
I,
business cards come
yeah,
from? How did
yeah,
Serizawa possibly obtain those? This could have
I,
just come from anywhere.
I would have been taken right out of the show, you know?
Yeah, you've
I
been
just
so
wanted
confused.
I'd have been so confused, but luckily the business cards came out, and at first I was like, "What? Business cards?" But then I went into my mind palace and remembered that there was a scene in the OVA where Reigen gave them each business cards, and that really pulled it all
Exactly.
together for me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
Amazing.
Yep. Yeah, let's see. Oh, so Suri's always decided night school. He's gonna do that now. He's gonna finish up his
Yeah,
education.
I liked how he called it like compulsory education or whatever.
Well, yeah, that's what your K through 12 is, I believe.
Yeah.
Everything else is secondary,
Compulsory
right?
indoctrination by the state.
All right, calm down. But yeah, so he's gonna go to night school.
Yeah.
So that's a thing he does.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
It'll be nice to get a degree so he can like work a desk job or something instead of being really cool and psychic and all that.
Well, I mean, I guess in my mind, I'm like, if he's gonna help Reagan run this business, he may do some like business classes at some point, you know?
Sure. I mean, far be it from me to um even know what goes on in like business classes and stuff. But I can't imagine that like business skills aren't something that you couldn't learn in the process, especially if someone already knows
Mm,
businessy things like Reagan does and
right, right.
is directly apprenticing you. I can't imagine that there's something in a stupid textbook that could that could
You know,
possibly just like
I'll give you that. Nothing can really match Reagan's grind, but
yeah,
if something were to happen to Reagan though, or just anything else unfortunate, right?
yeah,
Like he needs to have options. He needs to have
sure. But
skills, life skills.
I'm not saying that, like running a business and or anything like that isn't hard either. But,
Yeah, yeah.
it seems like there's a lot of people who have not taken a business class in their life who manage to figure out some of this, business stuff.
True. I'll give you that, but at least let him have his GED. And I think in the manga, I think again recommended him going to like a technical school or something. I don't know, but he was like, "Oh
Yeah.
well, I gotta finish up, my middle school stuff. I kind of dropped out when I was 12, so
Yeah. Yeah, But yeah, that's I guess
yeah,
that's a development. I don't know if we'll see more of that or not, but that's
yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah, yeah." Some returning voices this episode. I believe
Mhm.
Tokugawa sounded the same to me. That was the vice president of the student council.
Okay.
And Sho at the very end. I'm pretty sure that's the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked them planning the cultural festival in Ritsu's, Ritsu's a bigot, it turns out,
Yeah, it's interesting that whole thing. Hold on. I had that panel somewhere. So in the manga, they kind of buried the lead on that punchline, for me at least. Maybe this was like telegraphed super hard, but so here in the manga, he doesn't only bring up the concert, he also brings up the Tunnel of Horror, which is what Mob's working on.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, this is Ritsu once again trying to control Mob's life somewhat. He's like, I can't have Mob getting too stressed out and blowing out the school or something because he had to build a paper mache outfit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so no vein popping out of his hand like it was in the anime. Just this one little panel of him being real small and his eye is shaded over. So, buried the lead for me on that.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just wanted to call Ritsu a bigot really quick,
Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, I get it. He doesn't want to wear that. That's fine.
Maybe amass some cultural cash for myself,
Okay, yeah. Yeah, everybody else in his class seemed pretty cool with it, but he was like, no, thank you. I won't be here.
Yeah,
and then his cool Esper friend has to show up.
Yes, Sho came back.
Yeah, he's back.
Yeah, I wonder if he'll do anything.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. I want to see more of Sho.
He didn't have any lines in the manga. He just kind of showed up in the manga.
Well, I guess they had to have him say something. Did it sound like the same guy to you, Sho?
Yeah. Yeah, same person, it sounds like. Yeah.
Nice.
I believe so.
They're getting back all the people that matter,
Right, like in I guess is there anything else you want to say about this episode?
Should have had more watches.
Should have had more watches. Well, I can't promise any watches in the future.
For capturing the yokai specifically.
Oh, you see, the next show we should watch is either Yokai Watch or Pokemon. That'll give you both of those things.
Yeah. But yeah, we can move on.
Cool. Yeah, so I believe Teiru's actor is still the same, or it's a very good voice match. No.
Yeah, he sounded the same to me.
Yeah. But yeah, we open up the episode with Tsubomi.
Yeah.
She's a character.
Yeah, and let me tell you, now that she's had more than a few lines, I'm noticing this voice actress, I'm not into it.
Yeah, I think she sounds okay.
She just sounded like a middle-aged Karen when she was freaking out about the snot situation.
I wouldn't go that far. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it sounded weird. I don't know. Maybe it was supposed to sound weird because she was freaking out or whatever. But
yeah, she's freaking out. She's holding her hand over her face, and I don't know.
Yeah, and I get that, but it didn't sound like a young girl being weirded out. It sounded like an old lady.
I mean, that's just the troubles of voice acting in general.
Yeah. You
Red
gotta get
Lady's
old.
voice.
You gotta get old people to play teens.
Yeah, basically. If
Yeah.
you want them to act well, for the
Sure.
most part. I mean, there's been some kid actors out there who've done a good job, but then there's the trouble of voices changing and all that jazz, and
Yeah.
uh, yeah,
Like Mob, he went through puberty.
yeah, he went through puberty so hard he became a different guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Which this third episode here, I feel like I'm getting more used to the voice.
Yeah. It's evening out for me. There's
Yeah, yeah,
definitely there are definitely moments where I can say in my head, okay, Mob has just gone through puberty.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know? This is
yeah.
just what Mob would sound like if, he had a little bit more testosterone in the system, you know?
Right. Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, so Tsubomi's actress. What about
Hmm.
Tsubomi? What do you think of that scene going on with her?
Um, yeah, I mean, I guess it's playing on a pretty classic um high school, middle school sort of trope, I guess, where it's like the popular girl is afraid of people making fun of her or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
There's some level of understanding that the pristine image one has curated could fall apart at any moment, and you could descend into the depths of uncoolness.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
So kind of vain.
Well, I mean, she's a little insecure. She's a middle schooler.
Yeah, a little
Yeah,
vain. It's not
a little
all
bit, but
about you,
yeah,
Tsubomi.
she's in middle school. What do you want from her? But Mob gets in there and he saves the day. He says, "Hey, y'all get out of here. Teacher's calling you."
Right. Yeah, that was another thing. It was just like this was purely a situation set up for Mob to come in and solve. So we're still dealing with like the sexy lamp sort of, you know, characterization. You know.
I mean, a little bit, I mean,
Yeah.
but
Supom
yeah,
Supomi just exists for Mob to save.
interesting.
It was a fine moment. It,
Yeah.
it it didn't come close to my favorite moment of the episode where Emmy returns.
Yes, Emmy does return this episode.
Love
I knew
that.
you were gonna be into that. I don't
Love
know if
that.
that's the same voice or not. I can't remember. I need to listen to it side by side.
Yeah. It doesn't matter to me. Just her entity,
Okay, yeah, just
her
her. Yeah.
her
But
presence.
yeah.
Her
So
presence really transcends any one voice actor.
oh, okay. Yeah. But yeah, she appears after Mob talks to two entire girls here.
Yeah, that is his
Tomei
third.
and Masato. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, because
No, that was his
yeah,
fourth
Masato was
fourth
talking to
call,
him.
right? He
Yeah,
talked
so
to
he talked to four entire girls that day, including Emmy.
yeah, including Emmy. Emmy was the
Yeah.
fourth,
Yeah.
and then Mob realizes that he's talking to all these girls, and
Yeah.
he becomes a Giga Chad.
Yep, that is what Twitter's calling it.
I
Giga
love
Chad
it.
Mob.
I
Yeah,
love it.
it's
It's great. Was that in the manga?
yeah, that was in the manga.
Okay. Did he manage to
Butt
draw
chin and
that?
all. Yeah, let me find that for you.
Yeah, how's that look in the manga?
I think it looks pretty good. But yeah, much like how Mob swooped in and told those girls, "Hey, the teacher's coming to get them away from Tsuboi." Tomei kind of did the same thing with Misato there, of
Mm-hmm.
saying, "Hey, you look like you don't want to talk about cults right now. You told me we would do telepaths on Sunday. She's
Right,
trying to get
right.
him out of that, give him a little thumbs up, but she did not clarify to Mob that, hey, that's not actually what's happening."
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. I was wondering, like, that was really funny that Mob, showed up
Yeah.
to that appointment and she didn't.
Yeah, you'd show up. Yeah, because she didn't really actually want that to happen that day, at least. It's just that she's trying to get him out of that
Gotcha.
conversation, give a little thumbs up and everything, but I understand not understanding subtleties like that.
Right, right.
um, Mob over here not reading the room.
Yeah, yeah. Understood. Yeah. But yeah, Mob's a Giga Chad. Emmy's
Yeah.
back. So many wonderful things,
Oh yeah, so many wonderful things.
Heiru's back, being a buff boy.
Yeah. Terror is back, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Hold on. Here's Giga Chad Bob from the
From the comic,
comic.
the manga. Oh, that's not nearly as good. It's not even close. I mean, it's fine for his abilities, but
I'll kill you. But yeah, yeah, in that scene, all those girls were, I think they were talking about Ritsu when they were
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about
That's what I picked
yeah.
up on.
Yeah, yeah,
But it
yeah,
was so
yeah.
funny because Ritsu was just like going along with it. He was just like, "Brother,
Yeah, he's
you're
like,
so,
finally.
you're you're so cool
Congratulations.
now."
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he wants his brother to be cool, everybody's stroking Mob's ego this episode,
Here's
including Emmy,
here.
Mr. Popular over there.
Oh yeah. Well, Emmy is his soulmate. OTP. You know.
Yeah.
But anyway, here's one thing I'm uncertain about with this episode. Because they link the mob face, the Giga Chad face spawning with mob's explosion, right?
Yes, yeah, they
He
do. Yeah.
he goes 100% mob is on his high horse or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So my question is he actually psychically morphing his face into the Giga Chad emote or, the Giga Chad meme, whatever you
Yeah.
want to call it?
Um
Because it's hard to tell.
I've seen other people say that as well. They're wondering, does he have some
Yeah,
kind of morphing ability since he looks different at 100% courage as well? So I don't know. I think
right,
he may actually look like that, but I'm not sure. That's never clarified.
right. Well, it's the only reason I could think of for like Ritsu to react to the internal thing happening within Mob, right?
Oh yeah, I guess he looked over there and then went like, "Wow, my brother looks like a Giga Chad now.
Yeah, he he
Congratulations."
he, he looked over and started weeping at the beauty that was the Giga Chad face. So I'm imagining that it's a
So
it's a real thing.
yeah, I guess that is a real thing that is happening
But
in
then
the
there was
world of
other
mobs.
times. But it's weird because there were other times where I felt less like that, like where I felt like people weren't reacting to his like changing
Right.
visage.
I know that Dimple reacted to him.
Yeah, yeah, Dimple did react, but I mean, Dimple reacted in such a way that it was not obvious to me that he was reacting to the changing features but was more
Yeah, he
reacting
said
to. What did he say? Like specifically?
he said I should be saying that to you due to your the way you look and sound.
Okay, right. Because he was changing his voice too.
Yeah, he's changing his voice too. Yeah.
That's another thing. I think that this mob, I don't know the other voice actor as well as you do, but
Uh-huh.
this mob's voice was more conducive to changing to the Giga Chad voice, in my opinion. That's
I
my
don't
read.
know. Yeah,
Anyway.
I'm not sure who would have done it the
I'm not
best
saying
here.
that, I'm not saying that the other voice actor couldn't have done it. He did have range,
Right.
but
Right. I'm not sure. I don't know. Yeah, but this guy did a good job of doing the Giga Chad voice.
the Giga Chad voice was great. I loved it.
Mhm. Yep. Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah. So they go. Reagan's bored at work because all
hmm
they're getting asked to do is inspect houses now,
hmm
because of structural integrity and all that jazz.
Right.
He's asking Mob and Serizawa how their days are going, and uh, we got Serizawa. He's in night school and all, and not making friends yet, but whatever. And then he asks Mob about it, and he says, "Yeah, I'm getting popular with girls."
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Reagan's just like, "Oh, okay, cool, you can leave." Thought you were about to drop a real cool story here, but
Yeah.
I don't need to hear about middle school drama. I don't need to hear about that. But
Yeah.
then Mob says, "Well, I got invited to go to a cult meeting."
Yes.
Uh, and so Reagan finds out that the Psycho Helmet cult is actually pretty big and makes a lot of money. He's just like, "Man, Mob, it's part of being a man. You have to be a cult leader at least once."
Right. That's a theme we didn't touch upon with the yokai episode.
Hmm.
I love that every time Reagan's actually gonna make some decent money, that
Oh,
they always find a way to make sure that he does not make that money.
he'll never get the
You know?
bag. He'll never
Yeah.
get it. Yeah.
They're always and and I imagine, even though Reagan reacts in a very comical and like, no, please give me the money kind of way. I imagine that he's actually internally got like the Sigma grind set, where
Yeah.
he says, actually thank you for not giving me the bag because that just pushes me to grind harder, you know?
I I saw a post the other day, and I'll have to look this up. But it said something like, if Reagan ever did get like a lot of money, he would blow it on something stupid like a Super Bowl ad.
Mhm. That'd be awesome.
Like you just kind of keep reinvesting it into the company rather than just like having money and living comfortably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine Reagan like that, like
Yeah.
the Sigma grinder. They're like, thank you for feeding in bot lane, because that only makes me carry harder.
Yeah. If I could get $100,000 or a book about how to make $100,000, I would choose the book every time.
Yeah,
You know? Yeah.
that's knowledge, baby.
Knowledge. Yeah.
You know,
Knowledge.
that's passive income.
And Mob got himself some passive income today. He finally got that bonus. Finally got the bonus he's been wanting.
That's right. That's right.
Oh gosh. Yeah, so Mob finally got a bonus because he needs an outfit to wear if you're gonna audition to become a cult leader.
Yeah, and that's when Teru takes him shopping, right?
Yeah, Taylor takes some shopping
Teru takes him
and before
shopping
that
and
he
gets
kind of
some. Oh, go for it. What does he do
Oh
before
yeah,
that?
sorry. So before they go, Teru kind of points out that, there's something happening, in the town. some structural integrity issues going on.
Yeah.
But of course, Mob then interprets that as, oh yeah, there has been something happening. I'm hot now.
Yes.
To which Teru, once again, stroke his ego, but yeah, man, Kageyama, you are cool. You are.
Yeah, he's like,
We'll leave it at that.
when someone's as cool as you, Kageyama, the ladies can't stop looking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing.
So
Yeah.
so then then we get a nice little montage of them picking out shirts.
Yeah, and then for some reason Teru gets him just the dumbest looking shirt I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, he does. He does.
It's like what? Teru, you're classy. You're a sharp dressed man. Why are you
So,
consulting him so poorly?
people headcanon either Teru, his fashion sense
Uh-huh.
is a little bit weird. He wore that wig, wore
Sure,
that
he
pink
wore the
sweater
wig.
to go fight Claw.
The pink sweater was cool though.
Bones loves to draw him in the most ridiculous outfits possible.
Yeah, but they're always like cool looking, you know?
Yeah.
He always has the vibe of like a Final Fantasy X and onward character, you know, where it's like they just let Tetsuya Nomura or whatever get in there and design the strangest looking clothes, you know. One pants leg's longer than the other, that sort of thing, you know.
Right,
Just
yeah,
weird
yeah.
stuff. Just weird fashion that always looks cool, you know?
Right. Yeah, I don't know. And then I've seen other people interpret that that's just the only shirt he could find that was within Mob's budget.
Oh, right, because he did complain about the budget thing. So
Yeah,
ostensibly, if money were not an option, or money were not an object, as they say,
yeah,
Teru
that they,
Teru
yeah,
could have decked him out.
yeah.
Teru
Like
could
so,
have made him look awesome.
here's what the picking out of the shirt looked like in the manga.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. And he seems to be like really fixated on getting him something with a monkey on it. I don't know why.
Well, they explained in the show that Smart Monkey is a famous brand. Okay, they explain it here too.
Yeah.
Smart Monkey.
So
So it's one of those things where like people are really obsessed with just like having the word supreme like written on them or whatever, you know.
right, yeah.
Just really stupid like brand affiliation kind of stuff where it's just like there's nothing interesting about this design. And sometimes the design may not even look good, but it's like
Right.
that design indicates that I spent a stupid amount of money on this t-shirt.
Right, yeah. Which I mean, it's still kind of a pricey shirt. 5,000 yen's like $35.
Yeah. That's above average
more?
to me.
Yeah, that's above
Yeah.
average for a shirt. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's quite the shirt. And people were wondering what color it was going to be. We've never gotten a color for it so far, and until now, and it being yellow. That's good choice.
I like
of it being just really ugly.
I liked the yellow and pink combo.
Yeah, he did choose a good jacket to go with it. Yeah.
Yeah. What's weird though is that like Mob looked cooler in the clothing he was wearing to shop for clothes.
Yeah. I felt that too. Let's see, what was he? He was wearing something different in the manga. He wasn't wearing like that nice long sleeve shirt.
Yeah, that's because Bones knows how to stylize.
Right. Well, that they gave Sho that leather jacket end of last episode.
Yeah.
He was just wearing like a black sweater in the manga.
Yeah, I don't expect much from from the manga fits, you know?
Yeah, he's just wearing like a long sleeve shirt with the word real on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bonus, go buy yourself some clothes. That's such a weird frame of Reigen, like holding his fist up in the air.
Yeah, and we were robbed. We didn't get to see it animated.
Yeah. That's
Robbed.
it's a bizarre image. Like
I love it.
yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, that shirt, man.
Mhm.
The monkey shirt.
Smart
Everybody
monkey.
loves it. Everybody's been it's one of the things that was not given away in any of the trailers. I'm proud of you, Bones.
The smart monkey shirt. You thought that would make a trailer?
Well, it wasn't given away in any of the trailers, and I'm proud of them for not showing it.
Right. But it's
Yeah.
just like seems like a strange thing to think that they would put it in the trailer.
I don't know. I didn't think they would put final arc stuff in the trailer.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know why you would think that because most everything does do that.
I don't know. I don't know. Today, this is some interesting news. Crunchyroll Latin America put out some kind of bingo card for Mob Psycho 100,
Uh-huh.
and they used what is probably the very final frame of the show.
Oh, wow.
And I haven't seen it yet. I've been avoiding it.
Yeah, I don't
Uh,
want to see it.
yeah, I'm not gonna show it to you. I'm not gonna look it up either. But yeah, so everybody's like, "Why would you put there?
Yeah, that seems
Why
weird.
would you do that?"
Seems like a
So
weird thing to do.
yeah. So yeah, so Mob goes to the park in his shirt, and Tomei doesn't show up. Uh, and neither does Misato. And
Hmm.
he didn't get told where the cult meeting was. So
Right, right.
so he just sits there by himself for several hours until his phone dies.
Nice.
Yeah. And yeah, and instead of Mob coming on that live stream, it's Lord Psycho helmets.
Yeah, Lord Psycho helmet. I expected him to come.
Yeah, you expected him to come. Yeah, what do you think of that design?
Sure. It looks like the one from the poster. Sounds about right.
Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah. Every year I wait in the broccoli patch for the great Lord Psycho helmet to show
Show
up.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we forgot about sorry, I skipped over Mob's conversation with Dimple.
Yeah, yeah. Where
Yeah.
he basically calls Dimple out for, wanting to be a god for selfish means.
Yeah. He's like, what are you gonna do as a god? I don't know, get a lot of power, I guess. Like, no. I don't care
I
about
just
power or Dimple, it's not it.
I just want to be powerful.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what Dimple wants to do. He tells him, stop with your schemes.
Hmm.
Or as he says in the manga, stop doing bad things.
Stop doing bad things.
Yeah.
So Dimple had he had sort of a different design going on.
Yeah, he
What
looks more like fire.
yeah. And
Yeah.
that we're supposed to reason that he's been off sucking the energy from the divine tree, right?
Yeah, and they had this interesting moment, I think it was near the beginning, where he was, the narrator was narrating about the divine tree, and then it
Mhm.
kind of, in the middle, sort of switched to Dimple for the first time.
Mhm.
he said something like, "As long as there's power here, I might as well take it myself," or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. He said. So that was interesting to me because I've always like been like, okay, so the narrator and Dimple, are they separate people? Is Dimple narrating the show? And here, kind of transitioned from narrator to Dimple at one point.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, he might be doing that thing that I just watched this the other night for some reason again
Uh huh.
because I was there live when it happened, but there was a VOD where Atrioc reacted to the Blue Yourself category for Mario Kart speedrunning.
Oh
I don't,
yeah.
yeah, I don't know if that ever became like a YouTube video and he covered that or
I think I
what.
saw that. Yeah,
Okay.
I saw it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, it's very funny because like there was this bit going on where the gentleman who made the video covering like the progression of how the Blue Yourself category got started and
Mm-hmm.
how it developed over time and whatnot, doing a very summoning salts esque kind of thing. Um,
Yeah.
the gentleman's name was his screen name or whatever was Skillos. That was the name of the channel,
Hmm.
Skillos. And about like halfway through the video, uh, the guy goes like, and then out of nowhere, a runner named Skillos claimed that he
Yeah.
got a time of blah blah blah. And so throughout the reaction, throughout the VOD, Chad and Atrioc are making jokes about like, man, how did you get all this footage from Skillos? How did you
Yeah.
how did you get this behind the scenes information about how Skillos?
Did this? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Dimple's pulled that on us here.
Yes, that's what I'm saying is that Dimple is
Yeah.
uh narrating in third person. He's sort
Yeah.
of
Well, and again,
yeah,
it's interesting because because the narrator calls Mob, but Dimple
yeah,
calls Mob Shigeo.
right.
Yeah. So I find that interesting.
Well, he's just trying to I guess I imagine the narrator is more meta in a sense. So
Mm.
the narrator Dimple understands that we mostly think of Mob as Mob, you know.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
And and when Dimple is positioned outside of the narrator role, he is sort of as a smaller, less powerful entity than Mob, uh,
Mm.
rendering respect onto him by using his proper name
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
or something like that. I pulled that out of nowhere.
Might as well. Might as well. That's what podcasting is. Uh,
Yeah, just pull it all out.
yeah, man. But yeah. So they're kind of in sort of conflict with one another. Him and Mob now. Uh,
Right,
he's like, yeah, what's the difference between you and anybody else who wants to be the cult leader?
right.
I'm the one who made the broccoli.
Right. So Dimple wants power, and Mob wants to take a nap and talk to girls.
Yeah, I mean, what else? What else would you want as a teenage boy?
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. I did like
There you
that.
go.
That conversation. He was just like unrolling his futon the entire time. Like, I'm not invested in this whatsoever. I just want to go to
Right.
bed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. So then that's then when Mob gets to the park and all that, and then yeah, Lord Psycho Helmet shows up and tells everybody, yeah, keep worshiping the broccoli and everything will be good.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta love the
And
broccoli.
lays out his plans. It's An interesting design for the Lord Psycho helmet. It being all roots, or I don't know exactly
Yeah,
what it's.
he looked like a Pinocchio kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Why?
yeah,
I mean, it makes sense. He's using the energy from the tree. I'm guessing to create
yeah,
this vassal.
yeah. So, and it's the fact that he is using the broccoli to do it.
Hmm.
A lot of people, it being a black and white manga, I thought it would be green. But the fact that it is flesh colored is off-putting.
Off-putting.
Yeah,
I
in a good
mean,
way. I
yeah,
don't.
he's just trying to make it look like Mob.
I mean, yeah, he is, and it's cool that it's flesh colored. Just I was not expecting it to be.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Well,
yeah.
yeah.
I was not expecting that. Yeah, but yeah. So yeah, the divine tree. That's a thing that's going on now.
Yeah, it's very interesting how that's developed from just being like the old Bible in the pocket kind of thing, you know, where
Yeah,
you get saved from death by some object stopping the
object.
bullet, or
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. So
the
it's
book.
become significant.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
Was there anything else you want to say about this episode, or I will tell you the next episode's title and we'll talk about that a bit.
Okay. Um. Yeah, I think we covered most things. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Cool.
Yeah, so the next one's called Divine Tree 1. The founder appears.
Oh yes. One.
Yeah.
The
It's interesting
founder of
that
the
they're
manga.
yeah, the founder of the manga 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Reagan tells us here that they're gonna be out of business because of the broccoli, and that he doesn't care if it's holy or popular. Gotta get rid of it.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, yes, it
Incredible.
is interesting.
Yeah. I guess he
Yeah.
feels like it's interfering with their business for some reason.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, you got like what was that, 500,000 people into that broccoli. So I mean,
Ah.
or at least into and that's just. I wonder if they were only counting people into. Yeah, they must have been only counting the people into the Psycho Helmet religion because there were several other religious leaders, uh, trying to get in on that broccoli.
Right, right. Like the rising sun
Yeah, the Ring
thing.
Sun Union was there, and then I love this frame of, and then these other random weirdos.
Yeah, yeah, that was good.
Yeah, yeah,
These other guys.
yeah, and the rest. You don't need to know the
And
rest.
the rest of them.
Yeah, yeah,
There you go.
yeah. So that's what's gonna be happening. I think we saw Teru a little bit in that little next time on segment.
Hmm.
So that was neat.
Yeah, I wanna see more Teru.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Teru's
cool.
great.
Maybe it was just why he picked out that shirt.
Yeah, I like Teru.
He's good. He's good. Just got here.
Teru is good. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, of everybody in this episode, so Reigen, Ritsu, and Teru all like went along with yes, I think I'm getting popular. Except
Hmm.
for Dimple. Dimple was the only one who did not. He refused to indulge Mob in that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's the only one who said, "Hey, I think you misinterpreted some things, and you're you're a prepubescent boy. You're just gonna interpret things like that."
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Just want to bring that up.
Yeah. Yeah. Dimple harsh and his mellow, you know?
Harsh and his mellow. Yeah.
That's what Dimple does.
Yeah. Well, anything else you want to say, or we'll sign off?
Yeah, let's sign off. That's good.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to podcasts and such. Join us next time as we cover season 3, episode 4. See you then.
Bye. Good times.
Good times.